that light is gonna bother me. So, hi, my name is Ari Gonzalez. I'm an artist manager and educator over with my company Dare and Defy Management and Advisory. And today is an exciting day. It is episode 28 of the Run It Back podcast. But today is going to be the first episode where I'm officially streaming on Twitch. So hello, you guys. Hello to my usual Instagram folks. Once this is all said and done, I will likely be uploading the stream to YouTube, as well as housing it on my Twitch channel. But on that note, I'm just going to get straight into it. I've already gone through my intro, all that fun stuff. I'm going to get straight into the music reviews. Every week we always have music reviews, usually from independent artists. Last week, I talked about Renaissance because I didn't get that many submissions, but we do have around 7 submissions today. I'm going to try to play them because I was able to when I was reviewing that album, and I feel like it just added something with you guys being able to hear the music. Okay, so I know you guys can hear that. I'm hopeful that you guys on Twitch can hear it. This song is called Heather. It is by Malik. It's like a mid-tempo bedroom pop, with some rock influences in it, which I appreciated. The vocals on the song are beautiful, and they're very clear, which is something that I really appreciate about them. You can tell that they were mixed well. In terms of sync, immediately I thought of some coming of age adventure and sci-fi stuff. Is giving woodsy, Twilight and Vampire Diaries. That's definitely what I'm getting from it. It doesn't help that I've been watching Vampire Diaries consistently, but yeah, the bridge is great, which I will let you guys hear a little bit more of. I love the layering that's using the vocals, and then the claps as percussion. The chorus also brings a little bit more of a pop vibe. I really interpret this, which is funny, as if Disney, Miley Cyrus, and Demi Lovato, along with Billie Eilish and Carrie Underwood, had a Sonic baby. That's a lot, but if you listen to the song, I hope that is communicated to you. This has been updated to the Run It Back Faves playlist, so you can find it there. You can also find it in the news link section on the link in my bio for you guys on Instagram. It's also linked in my bio for you guys on Twitch as well, so if you guys want to take a listen to it, you can find it there. But yeah, moving on, we have the next song called Wings and Things from Mouse. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the current song. We'll get Mouses up. Before I give a little snippet of it, the intro to this is very funny. The quality of the visuals, this is a music video that is going to be linked, is great. What I really liked about it is that it's comical, but your lyricism, you're still telling a story, and it just makes it more engaging that it's a funny story that we want to continue to listen to so we can get to whatever the final punchline or the next punchlines are. The production complements your flow and your lyrics very well, and there's a section in it that's a complaint voicemail that you put in. I thought that was super clever and just kept up engagement. That's always what I'm going to be looking for when it comes to music, and you definitely did that. Overall, the quality of everything that you did was great. So real quick, I'm going to play just a little bit of it.
Girl, when I tell you, these niggas rap about the same damn things. And then he took me to the club, there wasn't even chicken wings there. Damn.
That was the intro I was talking about.
I've been coming through with the same old game. Ain't shit changed except now I got a name. Got it out the mud, we got no fame. Cold ass bitch with a gold ass chain. The girl call me daddy, not my government name. Money on my mind, got the bands in my brain. Let me tell y'all about a nigga I know. The nigga say please.
So that's a little snippet that I'll play of that. And once again, if you want to either watch that music video or just find who any of the people are, they'll also be linked or tagged below for you guys on Instagram, so you guys can directly find them and support them. Yeah. The next song we're going to talk about is called Dance Forever from Broski PDX. This is like classic hyperpop. You can hear a lot of like the scene influences as well within this song. With the video, I see what the vision was for it, especially just with the clips and like the editing, but because first of all the orientation of the video, that kind of orientation is meant for TikToks and Reels and things like that. So having that be the music video for your song on YouTube is not the best look. So I just challenge you to have that same vision, not the same vision, or when you're working on your next project, think of that vision in the best way that you can execute it for each platform that you're putting these visuals on. Like that visual itself, you could chop it up 20 different times and be able to utilize that on content for like short form, mobile oriented content, and then you'll be able to have something else for your video. It's going to take more time, probably going to take more resources, but as artists, we want to make sure that we're putting out the best caliber of work that we can do within the resources that we have. If you made that on your phone oriented this way, turn your phone to landscape and make something that is fit for the platforms that you're putting things out on. Okay. Other than that, the production within this is engaging, and it's a very classic like hyperpop sound. If that's something that you're interested in, you're probably gonna like this song. So I'm gonna play a quick little snippet of it, same way I did the last one.
Don't change anything about you, perfect.
And if you can hear in those drum patterns, like it's very clean and clean. That's the gist of the song. If you'd like to hear more, you can go ahead and check out the news links. There we go. The next song that we have comes in from someone who we've talked about before. They go by the name of Kangaroo Court. Very like grungy indie rock band. And I personally, I'm glad they've submitted, because the stuff they've submitted I've loved and is gone on the playlist. This one is not an exception. It's called Spark Ranger. Once again, very grungy. I really enjoyed the melodies that were created with the guitar and like these dragging vocals. It all just fits into the sound that you guys are creating very well. There's a really good use of space and breaks in here. The bridge is like absolutely beautiful. Adds so much emotion and variation to this song. Definitely recommend it if you like any grunge bands, like period. So we are going to go ahead and listen to that really quick. And I don't know how well you guys can hear the music, so if you want to let me know if you're still watching, I would be curious. So that is the gist of that one. If that's something that you'd be interested, go ahead and check it out. The next song that we have is called Two in Love by Bishops. The beginning of it like is undeniably giving Stranger Things with just the synths that are used and the drum patterns. I appreciated it. I liked the vibe. Overall, this song is another one that has like some scene elements into it or influence to it, but very like pop electronic thing that we have going on here. Immediately my mind in terms of sync went to coming of age, definitely video games, sci-fi, and reality TV for sure, which it may sneak up on you, but if you think about the scenes that it could go to in reality TV, it definitely makes sense. it's a little bit repetitive lyrically, and this is mainly comes from the chorus. So what I would recommend that you do is like try to utilize some build-up or just some variation within the chorus, whether it means like you're adding layers into your vocals, you're just trying some different ad-libs, or you're doing a little something different with the production each time, just so that you keep it engaging, because the production does a great job throughout the whole thing. So yeah, just making sure that the vocals and the arrangement that you're doing your vocals are matching up to par with your production. And also just quick shout out for consistent branding on your social media. They'll be tagged below as well, and you'll be able to see like they're doing a really good job of pushing a certain image, and colors is a huge thing. So we will take a quick listen to this, and you'll hear what I'm talking about with the Stranger Things vibes.
This is what it's like. So we talk down. So we grounded. She tries in this box of a bite. She said, "For me, I just might. And I got a sharp pen in my side."
So yeah, that's the gist of that song, or the intro to it, you may say. So go ahead, if it intrigued you, definitely go and check it out. I enjoyed it. I hope you do too. The next song we're going to talk about is called Farewell. This is from Lil Mojave and Free Coleman. I believe that's what your name is. It has a lot of threes, a lot of X's in it, so I hope I am pronouncing it correctly. This song is like classic, like Lil Peep emo rap, like that era of SoundCloud. The production is very simple. It's probably a YouTube beat, which, you know, you're keeping up with the branding of what you guys are going for. Absolutely. I like the effects that are used on the vocals. The lyrics in this I really liked, and the biggest thing is that I would just say, like, get your production to get up to par with what you're doing vocally, so that you can overall make a better record. This is not a bad song by any means, and there's none of the songs that I ever talk about I'm ever going to see are bad songs. There's always just things that can be improved upon with them, right? The biggest thing with that, if you don't have a producer who's working on your stuff and helping you create a sound, do that. Absolutely. You can absolutely take inspiration from people. YouTube beats can be kind of like a framework for what you're trying to do. But I definitely recommend just getting with someone that you trust very much and that you can build a sound with. Absolutely. I think that would take what you're doing to the next level. And if you do already have that person, just make sure that they're adding as much variation into your stuff as possible, so that you can make your music as engaging as possible. You're probably not going to see this because I cannot find you online or through social media. So please link your socials and your DSPs and everything that you have going on, just so that you can make random listeners easier to find you. Okay. Actually, before I move on, I will play a little bit of that one as well. And then after this, we have one more song, and then we're going to be moving into more of the informational part of the episode. Once again, this is Farewell from Lil Mojave. One thing that I'm going to say now, this is a very long intro. Personally, I would have skipped already.
I can't save you.
But you hear
Can't wait for
that classic emo rap, situation going on. But like I said, please make that intro shorter. Me saying that I would have skipped already is not a diss. It's just the fact that you have literally 20 seconds of intro that is likely not going to get gone through, and you need to have at least 30 seconds of somebody listening to actually garner your stream. So yeah, I would take that into account. The last song that we're going to talk about is called Satpa. SATP. I don't know how you want me to produce it. Pronounce it. And this is a song by the name of somebody named Smile. It's giving very like sad bedroom pop with some alternative influences. The vocal mix is great. I appreciate that you told a story with your lyrics. Some of the space within this feels a little bit empty, so you may, however you want to fill in that space. And I'm not saying that you have to, of course, this song is already out. But for future reference, when you're using space, try different things within it just so that it doesn't feel empty. And sometimes pausing space is definitely necessary, but it's just learning when and how to use it, right? My favorite part of the song is the breakdown that occurs at around like 2:35. That's where I'm going to play it from because I think it's the best part of the song. Once again, you probably won't see this because you didn't like your socials. Please, 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 for those of you who are watching, take that as an example that you need to go into your profiles on everything and make sure that you're cross-collateralizing the places that you're present on. So I'm going to start this from 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Let's see. Yeah, like, ooh, I want to show the transition too, because this is where we start. That's my favorite part of the song. If you want to listen to the whole thing, once again, go ahead and find the news links in my bio, wherever you at. And, yeah. Okay. Now we're going to talk about some industry updates. This is going to be the chunkiest part of the episode today. And other than that, we only have maybe 5 or so stories to get through, so we should be done with this pretty soon today. First up, Acceleration Music has appointed Jennifer Newman Sharp as head of legal and business affairs and general counsel. She's based out of New York. That's where her offices will be. Last week, the Country Music Association held its first virtual summit for its CMA EDU leadership program. The program focuses on career and personal development for students. The CMA EDU leadership program was established in 2011 to develop and support the next generation of music industry leaders. It is offered to a select group of students from across the country who demonstrate a drive to succeed in the music business. In this past year's alone, 23 out of 25 graduates of the CMA EDU leadership program have jobs lined up before graduation, adding to the over 500 CMA Creative Nation, iHeartMedia, Red Light Management, Spotify, Republic Records, UMG Nashville, Warner Music, and more. Cool. If that's something that you're interested in, especially if you're interested in working in Nashville or you're just interested in country music, that would definitely be something that I would find out how you can get involved in. Great program. Check it out. Hello. Next story that we have, Tencent Music Entertainment, the leading online music and audio entertainment platform in China, today announced its unaudited financial results for the second quarter ending on June 30th. So we're just going to go through some of the things that were part of this report. The net profit of the company was around $133 million. Total revenues were about 1.03 billion, representing an 13.8 year-over-year decrease and a 3.9 increase on a sequential basis. Revenues from the music subscriptions ranked in at about 315 million, representing an increase of 17.6 year-over-year. Paying users reached 82.7 million, increasing by 24.9% year-over-year. Net profit attributable to equity holders of the company was in around $128 million. So good stuff for Tencent. Like they said, it's the number one streaming and just like essentially entertainment company in China. So they're just continuing to grow in their market and build and hold that market share in that number one spot. Whew. we have a lot of people who are coming into positions today. So we're going to, or not today specifically, but to talk about today. So it's going to be the bulk of what we're talking about coming up. But London headquartered startup Elastic Stage, which bills itself as the world's first on-demand vinyl manufacturer, has announced the close of a £3.5 million, aka a 4.23 million seed round. Business Insider recently discovered a U.S. trademark application filed by TikTok parent company ByteDance for TikTok Music. The proposed application, originally filed in Australia in November, followed by the U.S. in May, would allow users to purchase, play, share, download music, songs, albums, and lyrics, as well as live stream audio and video. So this is just a continuation of what we're seeing TikTok do in the world of the music industry. They're going to continue expanding, and this has been something that people have been like asking if it's going to happen and just kind of waiting to see what's going on. And now we have some answers that TikTok is going to build even stronger into the music industry by probably having a DSP or a distribution company. So let's see how that goes. Based on the study conducted by Statista in Nigeria, it revealed that the music sector's revenue grew from $26 million in 2014 to $34 million in 2018. This figure, according to the research projected by Statista, is expected to grow to $44 million by 2023. Sony Music Publishing has opened a new office in Lagos, Nigeria, and named Godwin Tom managing director. He will report to Guy Henderson, SMP's president of international. Most recently, Tom was CEO of talent management company I Manage Africa, where he worked closely with artists including Wizkid, Davido, Wahe, M.I., Wandi Cole, and many others. Glassnote Records has named Allison Dannenberg head of sync and licensing, based in Los Angeles. Previously, she worked at Peer Music for 8 years, finishing her tenure there as a creative director for film and TV. And the rest of the stories are going to sound pretty similar to that, just different names and different titles. Monty Olson has joined Litmus Music as president and will lead music rights acquisitions for the company. Prior to joining Litmus, Olson served as executive vice president of BMG Music Rights Publishing North America, where he led the division in the domestic market and was responsible for frontline catalog acquisitions, strategy, and execution. MusiCares has named Teresa Walters Vice President of Health and Human Services, effective immediately. She will report to Executive Director Laura Segura and is in charge of developing, implementing, and oversees MusiCare's programs and services nationally, which include emergency financial assistance, mental health, addiction recovery programs, social, preventative, and other healthcare services, as well as some stuff that they do with disaster relief efforts. Awesome. If you don't know what MusiCares is, definitely go check it out. Huge resource bank for anyone in the music industry. Oh, Lord. Columbia Records has promoted Victoria White Mason to Vice President of Marketing, reporting to Jay Schumer and Erica Alfredson, Executive VPs of Marketing. Most recently, White Mason served as Senior Director of Marketing, where she led campaigns for artists such as Baby Keem, Lil TJ, John Legend, Chloe Bailey, Joey Badass, Sid and Lewis, and the Yakuza. All right. Position Music has hired Samantha Schuyler to join the company's A&R team, as announced by President and CEO Tyler Bacon. Susie Lucas and Simon Michael Carroll have launched their own commercial and brand partnership agency, with leadership roles across Universal Music Group, Global Media, Soho House, and the Communication Store. The execs have joined forces as Lucas and Carroll. The agency will aim to deliver talent, music, and entertainment partnerships for global brands, with the focus on talent and brand partnerships, commercial strategy, consultation, and creative briefs for clients. Okay, we got through that. Next, we're going to talk about some deals, acquisitions, and partnerships. Primarily, we're talking about people who've been signed recently. So, yeah, we're going to get through it pretty quickly. Musician, digital creator, and podcast host Alex Warren has signed with Atlantic Records. He will release his label debut single, Headlights, on September 2nd. Sum 41 singer-songwriter Derek Whibley has sold his publishing and recorded music catalog to Harbor View Equity Partners, the asset management company founded by Sharice Clark Soares. Terms of the transaction have not been disclosed. Frankie Bash, Baby Keem, and Kendrick Lamar's Family Ties co-producer and co-writer, has signed a global administration agreement with Sony Music Publishing. Writer-producer Nick Lee has signed a new publishing deal with Reservoir Media. Born and raised in LA, Lee is a Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter, producer, composer, and trombonist. Indie pop singer, songwriter, and pianist Andrew McCannon has signed with Network and C3 Management. Composer David Schwartz has signed with CSAC Performing Rights, known for hit shows such as The Good Place, Deadwood, and Arrested Development. He most recently scored Amy Poehler's directorial documentary debut, Lucy and Desi, for which he was nominated an Emmy. Next, we're going to talk about Web3, and then y'all, we're like almost done. So thank you for sticking through and pushing through with me. First up in Web3, MetaSing, which bills itself as the first decentralized music platform to combine a gaming model with Web3 streaming, has announced a completion of a $3 million seed round. And this is super, super cool to me, the next one that I'm going to talk about. Colboat is expanding into the NFT business, revealing its plans to release a music lyric NFT collection called an Electro Revival. In doing so, Colboat says it will become the first global music publisher to release a set of fully licensed direct-to-fans NFTs. I think it's super cool. As we're seeing larger companies push forth and charge forth and actually execute plans that have to do with Web3, that is all very good looking for those of us who want to, add those things into our business models and the way that we navigate the music industry. Finally, the last story of today is a legal story, and this is pretty interesting. Swiss Beats and Timbaland sold their Versus series to Triller in 2021, and today the producers have filed a lawsuit claiming the company still owes them $28 million. Billboard reports, in the complaint, the duo's lawyers claim that Triller has failed to respond to demands for payment and have repeatedly defaulted in payment obligations. This is pretty interesting, and depending on how this goes, it may have a shift in what we know as like the Versus series, which is kind of crazy. It's been around for a long time. It's been an absolute staple in culture, not just like music industry culture, but culture generally for a while now. So seeing what is going to happen with that is going to be pretty interesting. We will see as it unravels. Thank you guys so much for watching. Just to reiterate, my name is Ari Gonzalez. I'm an artist manager and educator currently located in Orlando, Florida. My company is called Darren Defy. I also do a little bit of music. You can see that persona of me as Nadia Sabe. My mom calls me Lil G, so if you want to call me that, you absolutely can. But on that note, yeah, just thank you guys for watching. If you want to submit music for the next podcast episode, go ahead and send me a DM or contact me via email that is linked in my bio on Instagram. You'll be able to find that if you find my LinkedIn as well. But yeah, if you want to listen to any of the stuff, support any of the people that were talked about today, go ahead and find the news links tab on my Linktree. You can find them more directly if I was able to find their social media and have them down below. But on that note, I've been dragging out this goodbye for a while. I missed you. Thank you guys again for watching. You guys have a good rest of your day. Adios. Goodbye to you, Twitch. I had to turn my phone off first. But thanks for being patient.